Hi everyone, welcome back. It is Monday. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving break and you are ready to get ready for the holidays for Christmas. Okay, so today we are going to start one of my favorite units in first grade, and it is our gingerbread unit. Okay, and we are going to read tons of gingerbread books. Some maybe you've read before, some you haven't read. And we're going to kind of compare and contrast throughout the unit these gingerbread stories, okay, by looking at a few things. One, who were the characters? Okay, did they change in some books? Where was the setting where the story took place? Okay, what the refrain was. Can everyone say that's a big word. Say refrain. Okay, and the refrain is going to be what repeats over and over and over again. And you're going to see in almost every single gingerbread story, okay, that there's going to be a refrain, something that the main character repeats over and over and over again, and then the ending. Okay, so again, you might have read these stories before or heard them. Most likely some of them you have, because they are folk tales. Can everyone say folk tales? Okay, a folk tale is almost the same as a fairy tale. It's been passed down from generation to generation to generation. So maybe like your grandparents heard it and then they told the story to your mom or dad, okay, and so on and so on. And each one's going to be a little bit different, okay? They're also going to kind of teach us a lesson. But again, our main goal as readers through these units are, what are the characters? Where's the setting? What the refrain was and what the ending is. And then each day in Google Classroom, you'll have a little bit of a different response. All right, guys, today we are going to start with the classic, the first gingerbread story of all gingerbread stories, the Gingerbread Man. All right, guys, so again, today in Google, okay, we are going to focus on sequencing. Sequencing is putting the order, okay, of all the events that took place. We're gonna kind of see what happens to this gingerbread man. All right, guys, all set? I hear you screaming, you bet. All right, the Gingerbread Man. Once upon a time, all fairy tales start with once upon a time. Listen for that in the other gingerbread books. There was a little old man and a little old woman. And one day, the little old woman said, "Let's make a gingerbread man." "Yes, let's do," said the little old man, and they did. Okay, so far, little old man, little old woman. So they mixed up the batter and they rolled out the dough and they shaped the little arms and they shaped the little legs and they shaped the little head. And with raisins, they made little eyes and a little nose and a little mouth. And then with sugar glaze, they dressed him in a fancy suit of clothes. When all was set, they put the gingerbread man into the oven and they waited. Pretty soon, a delicious smell was coming out of the oven. So that told them that the gingerbread man was ready. And so were they. Okay. So again, little old man, little old woman, they're made a gingerbread man. They put him in the oven. I don't know how this is going to turn out. But when they opened the oven door, out popped the gingerbread man and he ran across the floor. Oh my God, the gingerbread man came to life. And he's running away. Uh-oh, I think this is gonna be a big deal. All right, the little old man and the little old woman could hardly believe their eyes. The gingerbread man looked up at them. He put his hands on his hip and he said, "Run, run, fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man." So the little old woman reached down to grab him, but quick as a wink, the gingerbread man ran out the door and ran down the road. And the little old man and the little old woman ran after him. Come back, they yelled. But the gingerbread man looked over his shoulder and he said, No, I won't come back. I'd rather run than be your snack. And they kept running. All right. So I think on that page, we were introduced to another character. We now have the gingerbread man. Okay, sometimes when I'm writing it out on a chart, you may just see G-Man. And I think we found the refrain, but let's keep looking. Oh, it keeps running. And he ran, and he ran, and he ran. And after a time, he met a butcher standing in front of his shop. The gingerbread man looked up at him, put his hands on his hips, and said, "Run, run, fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. I've run from a husband, I've run from a wife, and I'll run from you too. I can. All right, so we have a butcher, and a butcher is going to be someone who takes care of meats, okay? That only takes care of meats. All right, so we got old man, old woman, gingerbread man, and the butcher. The butcher ran down to grab him, but as quick as a wink, the gingerbread man ran down the road and the butcher ran back. Come back, yelled the butcher, not far behind. The little old man and the little old woman were yelling too. Come back, come. I hear you screaming back. But the gingerbread man looked over his shoulders and said, no, I won't come back. I'd rather run than be your snack. And he kept on running, and he ran, and he ran, and he ran. And after a time, he met a black and white cow. The gingerbread man looked up at her, and he put his hands on his hips and said, do it with me, guys. Run, run, fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. I run from a husband. I run from a wife. I'd run from a butcher with a carving knife, and I'll run from you too. I can. Well, the black and white cow reached out to grab him, but quick as a wink, the gingerbread man ran on down the road, and the black and white cow ran after him. Come back, yelled the black and white cow, and not far behind, the little old man and the little old woman and the butcher with the knife were yelling, come back, come back. But the gingerbread man just looked over his shoulder and said, no, I won't come back. I'd rather run than be your snack. And he kept on running, and he ran, and he ran, and he ran. Okay, I think I found the refrain, which is run, run. Fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. We have an old woman, old man, gingerbread man, the butcher, and a cow. Let's see who else he meets. And after a time, he met a muddy old sow. Let's look at a sow. What do you think a sow is another word for? If you said pig, give yourself a pat on the back. And the gingerbread man looked up and put his hands on his hips, and he said, and I want to hear you guys screaming at home with me. Run, run, fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. I run from a husband. I ran from a wife. I ran from a butcher with a carving knife. I ran from a cow, all black and white. I'll run from you too. I can. And he ran. Well, the muddy old sow reached out to grab him, but quick as a wink, the gingerbread man ran down the road, and the muddy old sow ran after him. Come back, yelled the muddy old sow, and not far behind, the little old man, the little old woman, the butcher with the knife, and the black and white cow were yelling too. Say it with me. Come back, come back, come back, come back. But the gingerbread man just looked over his shoulder and said, no, I won't come back. I'd rather run than be your snack. And he kept on running. And he ran, and he ran, and he ran. Uh-oh. Well, if you guys know anything about the gingerbread man, you're gonna know something's up with this character. Who is that? Are you screaming the fox? Let's see. And after a time, he met a fox. The gingerbread man looked at him, put his hands on his hips, and he said, run, run, fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. I've run from a husband. I ran from a wife. I ran from a butcher with a carving knife. I run from a cow and a muddy old sow. I'll run from you too. I can. Okay. Now, before we continue, I want to talk a little bit about the character of a fox. Okay, before we started reading, I told you that all these gingerbread stories are going to be folk tales. Okay, so they're written long time ago, and they usually were used to teach kids lessons. Well, a fox was used as a symbol of evil, of sneakiness, of being devious. Can we say that big word? Devious. Sneaky, right? Okay. They were trouble, a fox. A fox meant bad. So let's put that in our brain and let's see what happens. What did you say? Said the fox. The tricky fox pretended that he couldn't hear well. I'm not as young as I used to be, he said. You'll have to come closer and speak louder. The gingerbread man stepped closer and in a very loud voice, do it with me guys, scream it. Run, run, fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. I run from a husband, I ran from a wife, I run from a butcher with a carving knife. I run from a cow and a muddy old sow, and I'll run from you too. I can. Well, and I also see all this bold print, so I know the author thinks this is extremely important. Okay. Just then, the little old man and the little old woman and the butcher with the knife and the black and white cow and the muddy old sow came running around in the turn of a road. And they were yelling, come back, come back, come back, come back. The gingerbread man looked over his shoulders. And then what do you think happened? Scream it. Here, let me hear those predictions. Let's see if you're right. But before he could say a single word, the fox jumped up and grabbed him. And as quick as a wink, before he could think, with a snap and a snick and a lap and a lick, the gingerbread man was gone. Who wound up eating the gingerbread man? That devious fox, absolutely. The little old man and the little old woman and the butcher with the knife and the black and white cow and the muddy old sow all stood and stared sadly at the fox. He hadn't left a single crumb for anyone. You kind of see that devious, tricky, sneaky, sly fox. Riddle rerun, fiddle fee fan. So that ends the tale of the gingerbread man. All right, guys. So great job on our first gingerbread story. Let's review a few things. One, the characters, okay? We had a husband, a wife, the gingerbread man. We had a butcher. We had a black and white cow. We had a muddy old sow. And we had that devious, sly, trickster fox. Okay. The ending. What happened? The gingerbread got me eaten by the fox. Okay. Setting. Kind of seeing a forest, right? Throughout the whole story. You agree? Right? Some magical forest land. And the refrain. Ready? Do it with me. Run, run, fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. Okay. So in Google Classroom today, you are going to go in and you are going to sequence, okay, the characters. You're going to put them in order of who came first in the story. Now, I also want you to put in your brain what happened to the fox, at the end of the story and the characters. Tomorrow, we're going to read another gingerbread story. And we're going to take a look again at those same elements and see if some are the same and if some are different. All right, guys, great job. Keep working hard. And I'll see you next time. Bye.